Man, I done kept it real from the jump, man. Jumpman, I don't need no introduction. Wow. But I'm going to give it to you anyways. What's up, my dudes? Milestone, listen up, bro. My review was charged up, and this video right here is back to back. Okay? You thought I was giving it to you in that review. Nah, you ain't seen nothing yet, bro. So, my review of the game was after playing the game for like 1 day. Okay? This video right here is going to be what I think about the game after playing it for like 3 days. And the more that I play Supercross 666, the more I realize it's the worst Supercross game for its time, and there's not even a question about it, okay? It's just as simple as this right here. I would rather play any of those other Supercross games than I would play Supercross 6. Any of them. The first Supercross game, you guys know how much I don't really love the first Supercross. I thought it was super basic, simple, easy, you know, kind of like made for everybody type casual Supercross game. But I'm telling you right now, I would rather play the first Supercross game than Supercross 6. That's how bad it really is, bro. It comes down to me to two different major elements to the game that I just feel like are the worst of the entire series, okay? And it's the speed of the game. I feel like that Supercross 6 is the slowest, most sluggish, I don't even know how to explain it, bro, but it is the slowest Supercross game I feel like we've ever had. And it's the worst jumps in any Supercross game that I feel like we've ever had before. And when you combine those two different things, it creates what I feel like is the worst gameplay of any Supercross game that we have had before. Now, don't get me wrong, I feel like Supercross 6 probably has the best terrain deformation of any of the Supercross games, but when the gameplay is so bad and the tracks are so bad, like the jumps are so bad, it doesn't really matter what they did with the terrain deformation. Do you see what I'm saying right there? And I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into the physics problems with the game in this video. I can only fit so much in my initial review of the game, okay? But this is going to be diving a little bit deeper into some of those different things. So, it's hard to crash in Supercross 6. Like, it's literally feels like it's almost impossible to crash off of the bike. Unless you're on a over-under bridge section. If you know, you know what I mean, bro? That's leading me into the bugs of Supercross 6. Oh yeah. There's plenty of bugs, bro. I promise you. One of the biggest ones is the over-under bridge section, specifically the ones that don't have a little bit of dirt before you get on them. Oh my god, bro. Talk about make you spill your tea real quick, dog. Hit you one of these over-under bridge sections wide open, and the bike is just gonna literally, the physics of the bike will just explode. That's the only way I know how to explain it. Like the over-under bridge section collision is terrible. It's god-awful. It's bugged out, bug-ridden. It's bugged up, dog. This game also has, at least on Steam on PC, it has a lot of the same graphical issues that I think, what was it, Supercross 5? Or I think it was Supercross 5, could have been 4, I don't know at this point. There's been like 69 of these Supercross games, okay? But it's got a lot of those issues where some of the tracks will just start to look like super yellow. The dirt, like I know St. Louis is one of them. The dirt just looks weird and bugged out. I don't know what's going on. There's still some bugs in this game, okay? Don't ever get it twisted, okay? But I feel like, for real though, even if you're a fan of these Milestone games and these Supercross games, this is something that I don't necessarily think I fully conveyed to you boys in my original review, but like, even if you're a fan of the Milestone games, even if you're a fan of the Supercross games, I would still tell you, do not buy Supercross 6. Don't do it, bro. You're lighting your money on fire. That's all you're doing. That's it. That is all you're doing, man. It is slow. The physics of this game, it's kind of hard to explain if you haven't really played it. It's like you can see gameplay of it, and it may not look quite as bad, but I'm telling you, this is one of those games, when you get the controller in your hands, it's worse. Like, it feels even worse than it looks. I don't know why they chose to go down this super casual, slow, you can come up short on anything, it don't even matter. Like, it don't matter if you miss the inside berm or you miss the jump rhythm, you're not really going to lose that much time. There's no risk versus reward. You guys remember how long it took Milestone to go from like the first to the second to the third Supercross game to give you any kind of jump skill gap, or to make it where it was kind of, ooh, dangerous. If I try to hit that quad, I might pop off of the bike, or, ooh, I'm sliding a little bit. Can I even hit that jump? All of that, they've completely reverted on all of that. They've went totally backwards on all of that. Okay, so like, if you were a fan of like the second and third Supercross games, or even the fourth and fifth ones, I feel like this is even worse than that, bro. It's even worse. I don't know how Milestone, I don't even understand it anymore. I don't even know what the fuck. We're on Supercross 6. 6, for God's sake. 6, God's sakes, bro. What are you doing? Milestone, what the fuck are you doing? That is seriously how bad this game is. It is that bad, bro. This ain't just Spency Boy being on one right now. This is really that bad, bro. Oh, a good example of it is like, okay, so if you remember how Supercross 3 was, okay, basically the normal jumps of Supercross 3 are like the biggest jumps in Supercross 6, okay? And let's just say like the smallest jumps on Supercross 3 are like the normal jumps on Supercross 6, and then the smaller jumps on Supercross 6 are like the whoops on Supercross 3. If that makes any sense to you. It's like, they've got this weird thing going on with Supercross 6. All of the jumps, there's hardly any of them that have any peak on them. I don't know who the hell designed the jump scaling in Supercross 6, but they need to be fired on the spot. Because this is not Supercross. This is like you tried to mix like the MXGP games jumping into a Supercross game or something. It's really bizarre. I don't know why they chose to do that, but I'm telling you, it's like you're barely coming off of the ground. The finish line jumps feel like typical doubles, you know, and the triples feel like you're hitting some kind of like little motocross jump, or like a small jump on the MXGP games or something like that. You just don't get anywhere near the liftoff in the, you know, the jumping off of the jump faces. And that's what makes it not even feel like Supercross anymore. If there's no risk to coming up short, or you're not really going to lose any time, or there's no bigger quads that are going to separate you, it's like you're just on the gas everywhere and everybody's hitting the same thing everywhere. It don't really matter if you hit the one singular inside MX vs. ATV untamed berm. It don't even matter. Like, it just doesn't even matter what you do on the bike, what you do on the track, what jumps you hit. You're going to be able to get across the track. You know, that's how basic and slow and sluggish. It's a lot more of that clunky, sort of sluggishy, slow kind of physics. It's a lot more like that than it is like loose and fluent and flowing. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just all of your movements seem to be like slowed down. You know what I mean? Like, your leaning is slowed down, even compared to like Supercross 5. At least with Supercross 5, it felt like you were actually kind of pulling back on the bike to hit certain rhythms and stuff like that. This game's not even like that. It's not even to that caliber. This is more like you're just on the gas. You're not really leaning at all over the jump faces because you don't really have to. Why would you? You see what I'm saying? Milestone, this is trash right here, bro. This is the definition of trash. This is the definition of you're running out of ideas. You're running out of things to do with these physics. That's all it is. This is just, it's almost like the worst combo of all of the other Supercross games. That's what the physics feel like on Supercross 6 to me. It's like you combined all of the worst elements of all the other Supercross games and jumbled them up into one game. That's basically what Supercross 6 is. Do not buy this game, man. Share this video with your friends. Share it with them. You know, everybody needs to know the truth about this game. It's not worth $60. It's like a $25 game, basically. It's not that good. It's just not good at all. It's the worst Supercross game. That's where I'm putting it at this point, man. After I play, the more that I play it, the more that I realize it just gets worse and worse and worse. I'm like, holy shit, how did they make the jumps this small? How did they make the jumps this rolled off? How did they make this game this easy and casual at this point? You know, it was one thing to make the first Supercross game a little bit more casual, but like by the time you got to Supercross 2 and especially Supercross 3, with all of that kind of skill gap and that kind of speed to the game and those kind of jump rhythms and all of that, you've literally just went backwards. You're going the wrong direction, Milestone. You're going backwards, bro. Back to back. Milestone, you got me on my worst behavior, bro. Worst.